Okay, drivers, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, we were going to hire a supernatural investigator that we saw on the Sci-Fi Channel. That's him standing on the racetrack. Ooh, lightning. He's standing not unlike a statue, in communication with the lightning, letting it know that it's not supposed to be around us here at the racetrack. I'm trying to keep quiet because I don't want to disturb him as he concentrates on purging the lightning from our races. It looks like the lightning might be listening. A little angry maybe, but I guess we're going to need another supernatural investigator, huh? That didn't work. Well, all right, race fans. It's time for another exciting Formula Roc highlight video. It's round number 12 from the Atlanta JCR racetrack, run on August 24th, 2006. We had 17 drivers show up during practice, but we lost several of them. Either they didn't have the track or whatever. So we started this race with 14 drivers on the pole for this event. His first pole position, number 4, Tucson 4, with a 2:12.121 mile per hour lap. That's pretty fast outside the draft, which of course qualifying is. So Tucson 4 brings us down for the start of this event at 83 laps. We're a green flag on the outside of front row. That was Mrs. Shift. You're on board now with Lady, who's running about 8th on the racetrack. You're on board checking it out in the opening lap of this event. There's your outside front row driver, number 44, Mr. Shift, in that Ferrari. He's already dropped back to 4th, which is easy to do on this racetrack. High speeds and high drafting. You're looking at Armalat, who started on the 2nd or 3rd row. I can't remember. He's going up the inside of Mark B. I believe both these drivers started on the 2nd row. That's Armalat moving into the 2nd position on cold tires, which is a little risky. Those tires can be squirrely. IGGR Small Fries running in the top 4 now in that Oreo sponsored ride. And this would be a couple laps later. Randy R3, who started 10th, has RPM going with him down the inside, moving up to make a pass on Johnny Kaz there, who's driving the Williams. And that pass is going to work. They're going to try next to make a move on Escuba 1, excuse me. Now we're looking at RPM in that fine Rock Racing Beer Shack sponsored ride, coming down the back straight, running the high groove. Has his buddy DVD coming up underneath him, but a couple of laps later, Armalat's going to go low on Tucson 4 and take over the top spot here at the beautiful Atlanta facility. As you can clearly see, he now has the lead, bringing Mr. Shift along with him back into 2nd. A couple laps later, that would be Mr. Shift going low, pushing Armalat all the way out to the wall. And Mr. Shift, well, he didn't push him out there, but Armalat went out there to let him go. Anyway, Mr. Shift out front. DBD now running behind Randy R3. This is the battle for 5th spot. RPM's in there. Johnny Kaz, a bunch of drivers. The drafting and the side-by-side racing at this facility is unbelievable. Taking over in the lead, our rookie, number 58, well, rookie in Formula Roc anyway, Mark B, out front. Looking good in these early stages. You're on board with Randy R3, who now has moved into the top 5, or has been in the top 5, but anyway, you're on board with him. He's passing IGGR Small Fries going into 4th, following Escuba 1 through as we continue to wind up the laps. Of course, we have a long way to go in this event. Here's our cool stationary shot. Doesn't do a bit of good. I just thought it looked kind of cool, so there it is. Thank you very much. All right, back to Mark B running on the... Oh, whoa, all of a sudden his car just kicks to the right. Let's get on board with Johnny Kaz, who was a little bit behind, or excuse me, on board with DVD. That's Mark B out to the right, and we're in slow motion. Watch, his car will suddenly just jink to the right and into the wall. No contact that I could see. Interesting. All right, then you got number 5, Escuba 1, right behind Mr. Shift. This is the battle for the lead. Mr. Shift has it. Escuba 1 wants it. He dives low. Randy R3 ducks across the track to get behind him, and that's going to push both drivers into the top 2 positions as we continue on racing here at Atlanta. I guess we had no yellow flag over that incident with Mark B, but a couple of laps later, we got 3 wide. Armalat's going to try to, ooh, yeah. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at that again. RPM's the meat in this sandwich. He's going to get hit in the back end and puts both himself and Mr. Shift into the wall. I don't think Mr. Shift had much damage, but RPM sure does. You're on board with IGGR Small Fries. If you look to the bottom, the red car, that's Armalat that pushes up the track, and that's what gets that incident going. We're coming into the pits. Armalat might be carrying just a little bit too much, but he's not really sure. Oh, gets into the back of Randy. R3 gets stopped. Lady gets into the back of him. Little agricultural racing, but everybody continues. All right, after we clean up the accident mess, we're back to green flag racing, and Escuba 1 is going to get an incredible jump on the field right about here Randy R3 sees him going, and he'll get on the gas and draft back up as we get going green. The rest of the field is just left out to dry on that one. So these two cars are now have a pretty good gap as we get going green flag racing. The battle for third is going to be Mr. Shift and DVD in that American flag ride on the opening lap of that restart. In fifth place, haven't seen him yet, number 29, Hoosier 29, running fifth on the restart, kind of by himself. Nobody really in front or behind him. Fifth place, all to himself. You're looking at Dixie Dan, who's in a battle with Mark B and Lady. He's running just a little bit farther back. This is a top 10 battle at the moment. And just in case you're wondering, yep, RPM does continue after that slap into the wall. We haven't seen him yet in the sponsor needed ride. This would be Taz Jr. 8. He's got a car that's sponsored. I don't know why he keeps showing up in this orange thing, but we'll have to get some information on that. Randy R3 tucking up the inside of a Scuba 1. This is the fight for the top spot. Randy R3 is going to have it heading into turn 1. That's 5 bonus points right there, in case you're wondering. A little bit farther back, we've got the Mark B, Lady, Armalat, Tucson 4 battle with also Dixie Dan in there. Close racing on the racetrack. A couple laps later, Scuba 1 wants to lead back. Randy R3 is happy he's got that 5 bonus point. Lets him go. All right then. We're on board the nose of, I don't know whose car, but this is what it looks like on the racetrack. Whoa! Oh, we've got some kind of contact. Let's go review that. Looks like it's Mark B coming off of turn 4 is racing with late. Whoa, we've got some kind of weird glitching going on there. Ooh, it's a pretty good wreck. He's into the crash wall head first. Ouch. Whoa! Oh man, spins between Johnny Kaz and RPM, and nobody. Whoa, what's Taz Jr. 8? Oh, Taz Jr. 8 gets on the brakes trying to avoid the incident, loses it, gets down on the grass, and is going to wall up the crash wall. That's a hard shot for Taz. But everybody will continue. Now, we're on board now with Armalat. Mark B's on the outside. Watch his car. It'll just start jinking around. Some kind of a warp issue, which is what causes that accident. No real contact, just kind of a warp thing. All right, then. After we clean up the mess from that accident, we're back to green flag racing. It was only a lap or two. Nobody pits. Same running order. Ooh, Randy R3 gets a good jump going down into turn 1. And will take over the lead in turn 1 and 2 on the restart, bringing DVD along with him. As this battle continues on the racetrack, you're looking at Tucson 4, our pole sitter. He's a little bit farther back. Tucking down underneath oh man, that's hard to say. Tucking down underneath Mr. Shift. Try that when you want to say something hard. But it looks like Tucson 4 is going to get the pass done, bringing Armalat along with him as the battle continues. You're looking at IGGR Small Fries putting a pass on Lady, who tucks in right behind him, using the draft on the track. DVD has been following Randy R3 now at this point for about 6 laps, decides he wants some bonus points himself, dives low, pulls out the lead. Randy R3 will tuck back in behind him, and DVD will lead 1 lap. At which point, Randy R3 will kind of rudely just take the lead back. Man, that's just rude. Anyway, Armalat is going to go low, pick up another position, and that'll drop him into third spot. Johnny Kaz says he doesn't like ovals as much as he likes road courses. Is still doing really well, running in the top 8. Ooh, that was close. Putting a pass on Lady. Armalat, a couple laps later, is tired to second place, taking a bead on the leader as we come onto the back straight. See if he can get that pass done. Well, maybe not then, but a lap later he does. Dives underneath, brings IGGR, Small Fries, Tucson 4, and I think DVD along with him. Yep. So Armalat is back out front yet again. And when you're getting passed from the lead, it's just wise to stay wide. Let everybody go, tuck in behind the guy, because you'll draft right back up. It's just safer that way. Johnny Kaz, as I said, doesn't really like the ovals, but he's up to third place. Doing a pretty good job here at Atlanta, which is a extremely quick racetrack. Okay, he might be fourth, not third. Whatever. You get the idea. Meanwhile, RPM in the pits is suddenly, while he's trying to get the car... Oh, he's hit by lightning. Now, I guess our supernatural investigator didn't help us out much, did he? Didn't help himself out much either. But anyway, back to Tucson 4, running in second place behind Armalat. The battle continues. We are in the middle stages of this event, and the racing during this whole middle stint was just incredible. Passing left and right, everybody giving each other room. Impressive racing during this middle stint. Lady comes screaming up. Ooh, that was close. She's got, whoa, okay. She was going to get by Armalad. Little door close in there, but she's in third place as we clock off another lap. Does it get close when you're racing at Atlanta JCR? Yeah, I think so. It looks pretty close to me. All right, then. Don't know who we're on board with looking out the right side of his car, but he's going by Johnny Kaz with DVD right there. Let's find out who this is. Why, I believe it would be the orange car of Randy R3. And this is just what drafting looks like on the racetrack in Atlanta. You move up, you drop back, you move up, you drop back. That's the whole thing here at Atlanta. As we continue on, you're looking at IGGR Small Fries, who's running in, I believe, third spot at this point. No, excuse me, second place. Randy R3 is behind him in third, with Lady fourth, and so on. Just a bit back from this huge battle, we've got Dixie Dan and Taz Jr. 8 just kind of running together, just watching to see what happens up front. This was probably a smart thing to do with that close drafting going on up front. And in case you're wondering, Mark B is still on the racetrack, but he is well off the pace. It's pretty heavily damaged. All right, back up front. We're at half distance now, and the rule in Formula Roc is you must not block the low line for the first half of the race. But after the first lap of the first half of the race, once you cross the half distance, you can put your car wherever you want to. Some folks think that makes it so you can't pass, but Randy R3 is showing you right here, even though a driver's running on the bottom, a pass can be made if you time it right. And that's why the rules are the way they are. The first half of the race, we're trying to stop the crashing, or, you know, from whatever, the track being blocked up, but after half distance, you're free and clear the race. But anyway, you're looking at Johnny Kaz in the Williams, trying to get by, ooh, that was close, getting by a Scuba 1 and moving into third spot. Yet again, like I said, this whole middle stint, it was just everybody racing side by side, nose to tail. Incredibly good racing, exciting racing, and everybody did a great job. Awesome work. BBD going up the inside of the shaking Johnny Kaz there as this middle stint continues. Lady, who had been following Randy R3 for quite a while, decides it's time to take the lead, pulls the trigger, has Double D going with her, and she is now out front. Coming down the back straight, Randy R3 wisely will just stay wide like we were talking, let everybody go, and then try to tuck in behind once an opening comes up. He's staying wide, but you'll watch the red car of Mr. Shift coming down the straightaway. It's going to suddenly jink to the left or to the right into Randy R3, and Randy R3 is going to have a huge accident. And of course, our fine officials here at the Atlanta JCR either were smoking crack or drinking, but they didn't see that huge crash, and the yellow never comes out. So now Randy R3 with a damaged car has to soldier on. Here you're on board with a Scuba 1. That's Randy R3 out wide. Watch the red car just kind of jink across the track and drive into the side of Randy R3, stuffing him in the crash wall. But if you think that's cool, let's go on board with Randy R3. We're using our vomit cam. Here comes the wheel of Mr. Shift. Randy R3 is going for a ride. Nice view of the sky, though. He's upside down, back on his wheels. There's the Goodyear blimp, although I don't know why that's important. Anyway, so there you go. No yellow flag. Really stupid on the officials' part. But anyway, we're back to, well, we're not back to green flag racing. We never stopped being green flag racing. Lady out front with BBD second, Johnny Kaz third, Armalat fourth, Tucson 4 fifth as this fight continues on the racetrack. Johnny Kaz trying to work his way into the top two, dives low on it. Nope, not going to work out this time. Trying to figure out a way by DVD and into second place. IGGR Small Fries pulls in. It's green flag pit stops times. IGGR Small Fries in the pits and apparently is trying to send smoke signals to his friends in the local hills. Not sure. Maybe he's trying to destroy his tires, but whatever. That is a huge cloud of smoke right there. Lap later, DVD pulls out of second place. Like I said, green flag pit stops. Randy R3 in the damaged Formula Roc ride following him in, as is Armalat. Lady, a lap later while leading, misses the pit entrance and has to go around for one more lap. That puts Johnny Kaz in the lead. And then as he's pulling into the pits for his stop, right behind him, the red car of Mr. Shift's going to get on the brakes just a little too hard, or maybe just whatever, but he spins it into the wall. No serious damage there other than maybe his prides. After the pit stops are over, the Scuba 1's going to be the man in the lead as we continue on. But it's right about the time the pit stops are all completed that Taz Jr. 8 is going to get down on that bottom, lose it, and it's going to be a long spin and a wallop on the crash wall, head first. Single car answer. Now you can flip into the grandstands almost, no yellow flag, but if you do a little spin on the track, that does bring out the yellows. All right, nice officiating there, guys. Back to green flag racing. Scuba 1 is leading. The cars down low were a lap down and mostly damaged, while the Scuba 1 brings him back up to speed in the fine P-Max Telmex car. Now Randy R3 is a lap down and damaged, trying to stay on the bottom and out of the way as Armalat and DBD are battling it out. DBD is going to come down the track just a little bit, get into the back of Randy R3, and that's going to... I'm not sure if it was that or the warp there. Strange. Well, that sets off a whole bunch of stuff. You're looking at Johnny Kaz trying to get woed up. He's going to lose it, get down on the flat. And then IGGR Small Fries is going to get into the back of him. That sends Johnny Kaz into a long spin. Clobbers the pit wall. And then he's able to spin it and stop it before he hits the other wall. Pretty good driving right there. What happens here is IGGR Small Fries steering brakes. He can't control the car. He gets into Kaz Jr. 8, who warps and disappears. So we'll look at that from Mr. Shift's view. Kaz Jr. 8 coming off the crash wall right into the side of Mr. Shift. Big accident for Mr. Shift. And this is going to get even worse. He spins to, oh man, clobbers the wall again. And then as he's just sitting there trying to collect his thoughts, he's hit by lightning. And that's pretty much the end of Mr. Shift's day right there. Well, after that mess is cleaned up, that makes Randy R3 happy because he gets the lucky dog. He's back on the lead lap, as did Hoosier 29, the previous yellow. So we got 2 more guys on the lead lap. And Scuba 1 brings him down. Armalat's trying an outside move. That's probably not going to work out. We'll find out. You're looking from the nose of, well, actually from the inside. Oh, I can't even talk. You're on board with Dixie Dan. Okay, there you go. He's been running at the back the first part of the race, being quiet. Now he's up to 4th spot. Back into 5th spot. Got his lap back on the previous yellow. Number 29, Hoosier 29, as we're coming down to the end of this race with about 10 laps to go. Hoosier 29 in 5th. DBD makes the huge crossover move on Johnny Kaz, taking over 6th spot. Johnny Kaz has damage. DBD probably has a little, but not much, and makes that move. The somewhat damaged car of Lady, running 8th, passes the heavily damaged car of Randy R3. She takes over in 8th spot. Randy R3 will tuck in behind him, and this will be the interesting battle for the rest of the race. The top 4 guys are going to basically run nose to tail as this race winds down. These guys looking for an opening, but not really seeing one. So they're just kind of running nose to tail. DBD in 6th has caught Hoosier 29 in 5th and is going to put the low move and pass by. DBD moving into the top 5 as we come down the front straight. I'm not sure what's up with Hoosier 29. I don't know if he has damage or what's going on, but a few laps later, Johnny Kaz gets caught up by the 2 cars of Lady and Randy R3 drafting together, and they're going to go by. Moving into the 7th spot, Randy R3 gets by Johnny Kaz half a lap later. Those 2 going by. Now these 3 will hook up in an attempt to catch Hoosier 29 as the laps are running out. With just a couple laps to go, that's what happens. Lady, Randy R3, and Johnny Kaz have caught up to the back of Hoosier 29. Don't know if they have the oomph to get by him, though, so that's what we're watching. This is the battle on the track. Lady's going low. Looks like that's a pass is going to happen. Lady gets by. Randy R3 drafts up, and he gets by. Johnny Kaz, I don't think, has enough oomph to get by him as this race is running down. No, Hoosier 29 is able to stay in there. So this is the battle for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th as the laps are running out, and that's how those guys will finish. So let's look at your top 5. Bringing it home 5th, number 15, DBD, bags another solid top 5 finish in that American flag ride. Coming from the back of the race early on and just playing it cool, taking his 2nd top 5 in a row, number 60, Dixie Dan, just freight trained behind these guys and bagged a top 5 with 4th spot. Pole sitter, number 4, Tucson 4. Like I said, these guys were trying to figure out a way by, but it just never worked out for them. So 3rd place goes to number 4, Tucson 4. Point leader, number 45, Armalat, has some opportunities to try to make a pass, but decided it was better to go for the points with the season in its 2/3 mark. So that helps Scuba 1 bag his 2nd career Formula Roc victory, and both victories have come this season here at Formula Roc. So congratulations to Scuba 1 on his 2nd Formula Roc victory. And as we watch that last lap from another angle, on board the helicopter, these are your final race results from Atlanta on August 24th, 2006. Next week, we're off to my personal favorite racetrack in all the world, Long Beach, and I have to miss the race. I'm a little irritated. Anyway, hope you all run. We will make a video because we got guys saving the video, so there will be a highlight video. Have a good... Does anybody know what I'm talking about?